So this is my little lander that I'm going to send up. It's got a separator down here, so this bit won't be coming with it. But what I need is to make a really advanced, well, basically a very advanced vessel which can hopefully get all the way there and back. So I want to lift this thing into space successfully, and then obviously then get to, and the target's going to be Juna. We're not going to be landing on Juna, but we're going to be landing on Ike. So that's the plan. So I'm going to start with trying to make this a very kind of long range and hopefully very good at getting back in one piece craft. So let's see, what else do we need on this? We're going to put a nuclear engine in, but I'm not sure if I should go longer and more fuel. But I don't think I will. I think we'll just stick with a 2 fuel tanks, 1 engine. Now I wonder if we can just cram a little bit more fuel on the lander. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any real way to do it. So we'll leave that off. So this is our basic body of the ship. And will be the main thing that gets us all the way to Juna. But what I want is, let's see the mass of this, 0.2, mass of this one, 0.05, so that's way lighter. Alright, so I'm trying to make the thing as light as possible. That's why the lander is tiny. And it's using the that little lander can, because that lander can is extremely efficient. So we're going to keep going with this double fuel tank idea on these external ones as well. Like we don't want to do is make it too heavy where we're just basically using up all our fuel, actually lifting this entire thing into space. That would be bad. So let's just get all the structural on this. So the idea with this thing being very advanced is we're going to try to lose as much weight as possible as we go. So let's start getting some staging sorted out right now before we do anything. So what we're going to need is we're going to need to be able to transfer fuel. So it's going to have the good old asparagus staging. So let's transfer the fuel out of them and into these ones. And then these ones will then pump it out to the center tank. This means we can lose as much weight as possible, quick as possible. So I need to make sure we got staging okay here so I can hopefully do this all correctly. So we've got this one, so this is the first one I'm going to need to take off. The engines themselves, all of them are going to come on apart from the lander's engine. And we don't want the parachutes coming on. So that's the lander's one. We got a separator which separates the entire thing. So that is correct. That is correct. So our staging there is bang on. So this is it. This is going to be our main flying through space, and it would be awesome if it does indeed return. If it doesn't, we're going to send a rescue mission out that's going to go and get my Kerbal back from death. So now we're going to add on, I guess actually we should maybe put these, no, let's put them down here, yeah. I think that'll work best. So this is going to be the big heavy fuel tanks now. And the problem is with the amount of other things, these big nuclear engines, these big fuel tanks, is we might be making this thing just too heavy. So we're going to have to make sure we don't overdo it. So we're going to need the mainsails to push us up. Perfect. Let's get them all structured in as well. We don't want this thing shaking itself apart. Now right now we are making it quite weak actually, because all our structural struts are coming in from, in a straight line all the way down here. So we got nothing going cross membrane. So there's nothing holding. So basically these things will flex like crazy and they'll shake apart because they'll wobble back and forward. So we need to just attach them to each other. as well as having them on the outside. So that should be quite good. I'm worried about those orange tanks don't have much support, but we'll leave it for now. So next I'm going to start on the solid states. Or am I? This is going to be asparagus staging, that means we're going to have these big tanks as well. Yeah, these guys are going to need to feed their fuel too. So we're going to have, again, from this side to this side, and then this side will then pump it. Actually, no. I think we want to do the other way around. We need to be in the right order. So we need to have it coming out here, going into here. Then this then comes into here, which then gets pumped out. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we need lots of solid boosters. All over this thing. So I want to get it as high in the sky as we can before we actually have to disconnect. Seems to be not the best setup there. It looks like I get a lot tighter around here, a lot wider even. Must be there. It's a bit wonky. Probably do. Let's see, put them all in here as well. Now I might be doing it a little bit too much here. Let's hope not. Okay, we need our good old big solid boosters, which is these ones. Oops. And make sure we save it there, because we're starting to get extremely complicated. And I forgot we actually didn't do the asparagus staging yet for the big fuel tanks. We should have done that before putting all this crap on. Alright, then we need to strut the hell out of these things. So we need to have them all connecting up to the middle. Don't give me your issues, come on. I need to put it on the side down. It's good to do well. Right, so that's them all hanging up at the top. Now I gotta get underneath and connect them all under the bottom. Now this is the thing, this thing might gyrate like crazy. Ooh. Because those orange tanks don't really have that much holding them onto the rest of the ship. I'm hoping that it'll be fine, but it might not be. Okay, that should be them all done. Okay, save that. She is going to be one crazy ship. We need to... Can we fit these on as quads? Come on. Yes. Okay. Save again. So we've got all these solid states by themselves. These are separated from the solid states. Need to make sure there's none of the big tanks in here too. Oh, what the hell? Look, I've missed one. Should we grab this one? We're lucky it'll even strut itself up. It did. Make sure we're not missing any other ones. Okay, let's save. So yeah, we then got these two engines, so these two need to come on at the same time as the solid states. All down there. So these are the big fuel tanks, right? So we need to get these sorted out. So we need to figure out the first ones. So the first ones is those two. And we're gonna save. Okay, that should be good. Right. Just check, that's gonna go first, which is definitely the right one. So we need to bring down these engines and join them up with the others. Only one we should not be using is the lander one. These definitely need to go down the bottom, because these are the struts holding my ship up. Ship will go nowhere if they're on. Right, so that should be it. Now let's just check we've got everything here. We've got solar power, some science for the main kind of return vehicle and send out vehicle. We've got some solar panels that power. We've got a probe body up here. No other science gear on that. The lander has a couple of GUIs. It's got a docking port on the top. We've got a docking port down here. We've got a couple of spare solar panels on that. We've got a couple of panels on each side that open up. We've got parachutes for returning to Kerbal. Science stuff all outside the door so we can easily access it when we EVA to grab all the data and store it in the capsule. Got ladders for getting down. We've got landing gear, a little engine which hopefully is going to be enough to land the Nike. I hope. And that I think is it. I don't think we've got anything else we need on this. Yeah, we're good. It might be worth it. Let's see. We might be worth just getting a couple of. Nah, actually, I think it should be okay. I'm a bit worried this is going to be a bit weak up top.